So in today's video, what I wanted to do is get back out into the studio and talk to you a little bit about the FTX range of cars. Now, I'm a big fan of the range and I have got quite a few. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what one is my favourite and why. So this here is my collection of FTX cars. Now, scale wise, we go from the titchy 1/24 scale over here, which is the mini crawler, which we've done a few outings with now, some absolutely fantastic videos. These things are great fun for both outdoors and indoors. I think possibly the cheapest car on the table as well. So that is the 1/24 scale. Then we have got down the front here, I'm going to grab that. This actually has not been run properly yet. This is a 1/12 buggy, which is the Comet. It's 2-wheel drive, and the reason I've got this one is we will be running, or Sunday Models will be running a race series for these, and we're hoping to race these indoors. Everyone runs the car as stock, straight out the box, to make for some really fun, close, entertaining races, because there's nothing worse than racing against a guy who's got a souped up car and you literally can't compete before you've even started. So where did I start my collection? Well, that would be this one here. This is the 1/10 4-wheel drive buggy, the FTX Vantage. Now for racing, if you've seen any of our videos, you'll know what a big fan of these cars I am. We run these at Popalong RC, and we do race meets with these, and everyone again runs a completely stock car, so it's fair for everyone, and we're leveling the playing field there with some good old-fashioned grassroots racing. Fantastic choice for a racer. Now, moving on, if you are into your rock crawling and you're on a tight budget, you cannot go wrong with the FTX Ravine 4-wheel steer rock crawler. Now this one, it actually is my son's car. This is the one he drives the most, although he wants a red one of those because red's his favourite colour, so I've got one of those on order. It's coming this way very soon, but this is the truck that he uses. Now he is only 6, he was driving this when he was 5, and this is a fantastic car for teaching kids the basic controls of RC cars. So the steering, get them so they can steer going away and coming towards, setting up obstacles, and we've done some really good sessions with the FTX Ravine. I sometimes put a different shell on this one and take it out. You may have seen the rusty Mustang in some of our other videos. It's the Ravine, fantastic car. Now moving on to, I think we're going to go with the basher. Over here we have the Bugsta. Now I'm a massive fan of bugs. The beetle, I think they're fantastic. I do own the Tamiya beetle as well, but this is a little basher. I've done some little hop-ups there with lights and things to make it a little bit more fun, so I can take it out at night. But I'm realistic with that car. I know it's not going to be able to compete with the Vantage racing, and in fact I didn't think it could compete with the Torro until we spent a little bit of time with setup, changing the camber and the towing of the wheels, and we actually got that car handling quite nicely recently. And there's a video of I think it's called Short Course Trucks Drifting, but the Bugsta came out and showed them how it was done onto the short course. Now this is front and centre at the moment because with the exception of the racing, this car at the moment, it's just fun. It kind of hits the middle ground between bashing and racing. It's got loads of travel on the back there, so you can bash it over things, but at the same time you can do some pretty close competitive racing when you're with cars of a similar standard. Now I have raced the Bugsta, the Torro, the Vantage all together on the track, and it's, as I say, it's a very middle of the two, so great fun to drive that one. Then saving almost the best till last, we could say, it is the DR8. Now this is a 1/8 scale car. It is much bigger and much heavier than the others. I have to say, all the other cars you see on the table. They do come in brushless, a lot of them, but all the ones that I've got are actually brushed versions, with the exception of the DR8. This is brushless, 6S LiPo compatible. It is an absolute beast, and one of the videos we took of this out riding in the frost recently, that was an awesome morning, watching this thing at full tilt, which I haven't actually done properly yet because of the frost. This car didn't have the best traction on the ice, so we know there's a lot more to come from this car, so head back soon to see a lot more. So, which car is the best and which one is my favourite? It is tricky. I mean, for aesthetics, I was always drawn to the Bug, and that goes back to the early days with the Tamiya Monster Beetle, which I'm a big fan of. So for nostalgia reasons, I quite like the Bugsta. Racing wise, if you're into racing, it has to be the Vantage. They are fantastic cars and they handle amazingly well on the sort of tracks that we're using. For speed, it's got to be the DR8. This thing is a serious piece of kit. I mean, I haven't seen the full potential of this car as yet, but I am really excited when the summer kicks in to get this thing out bashing. We've got a few really good BMX tracks and mountain bike tracks nearby, and this thing is going to get absolutely annihilated by myself and Mark. So yeah, with regards to racing, again, we don't know about the Comet just yet, the 2-wheel drive 112 buggy. That could be just as much fun as the Vantage when you get a few of you together in a hall. But do you know what? At the moment, I think it's the Torro, because I do have a small collection of short course trucks. I have got a couple of HBI blitzes, and when you see a few short course trucks bashing around together, it is just fun. It kind of sits, as I say, in the middle of the bashing and the racing. I am drawn to the FTX Torro. That gives you a little rundown on my collection. Why don't you put in the comments below what your favourite FTX car is, or your favourite car, because I have got some more cars. This is just the FTX collection. Maybe I'll do a video on my favourite car of all time, but that's for another day. So if you like the video, hit the like button, please subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.